Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Thank you for tuning in to your daily dose of donkey with Ginger. We are bringing you episode 17, week 17 highlights, looking into the postseason, which has already gotten on the way. But Gingy,
Mm,
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. There we
Here
go.
we go.
Steelers, here we go.
Oh yeah, break
Pittsburgh's
it down
going
for me,
to the
donkey.
Super Bowl. I would break
Here
into
we
the
go.
ones I know, but I don't think we want to listen to about Heinz Ward anymore. But that's the one I remember because that's the one I grew up to. So I got that feeling. I mean, week 17, we just played these boys with a bunch of backups.
Yeah,
Mason
we
Rudolph came out there, threw a pick, looked a little shaky, but I love the pick because it let me see something. I wanted to see if he could rebound. And dude, he rebounded. I loved it. That's what I wanted to see out of Mason Rudolph. And that's what I wanted to see out of the Steelers in this week was a close game against the Browns when they're playing for everything. We're playing for nothing. And we came out healthy.
yeah. Overall, there are some positive takeaways from that. The game didn't mean much for Pittsburgh that last week overall in terms of seeding, in terms of anything. Things that I'm really encouraged by. I was a little rough on Mason Rudolph, as we all know. He got to start last week in place of Ben Roethlisberger, who's sitting for resting for the playoffs, along with several other key players. We're talking defensive players, T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward on the offense. It was the veteran guys from the line. I believe it was DeCastro and both Pouncey.
It was just Pouncey and Ben. The
Okay,
Castro players.
Pouncey and Ben. Okay. My mistake. But still, there were guys missing, key guys to the components, giving them some rest. And Donkey Mason Rudolph, he didn't he didn't do terrible. Okay, there's definitely opportunity for improvement. He still looks kind of young to me. Okay, but you know what? I'll say it now. That was probably one of the best deep balls I've seen all season. Couple of them. The first one to Deontay en route to the attempted comeback.
It was nice to see receivers given a chance to go catch the ball, man. It's been a while since those 50-50 balls were even thrown, yet alone thrown where it was actually a 50-50 ball and not a 0-0 ball. Because Ben's been off a little bit this year. The last 2 quarters of the last game, though, he looked better. I love to see what the offense was, though. Vintage Steelers offense, because that's what's going to need to happen in the playoffs. This dink and dunk shit ain't going to get it done. The last 6 quarters of Steeler football since Ben supposedly went rogue has been the vintage Steeler offense where you try to move the ball down the field. And we are built to do that. We have the players to do that. We're better off doing that than what we're currently doing. And I had to say, I loved seeing what we did out there, moving the ball a little bit. And I love the fact that the Brownies had to hope and pray at the end of the game because you know something? The backups almost beat them. Because you can say what you want, but our front seven on defense essentially was rested most of the game. Like, I remember seeing Tuitt in on the first drive and the last drive of the game, and I don't know if I saw him in the middle. Like, I'm pretty sure Tuitt and Alu just sat on the bench in the middle of the game. Like, I don't know. They were like me roaming the wasteland. They didn't really care. They were doing their own thing while something else was going on, right?
There was a lot to be positive about from that game. There was still pressure on the quarterback. Four quarterback sacks recorded in that game. I thought
Kept the
Alex
streak
Highsmith played a hell of a
going.
game.
70
I feel like
in a row.
Highsmith played a hell of a game
He is
in there.
one pass rush move away. One pass rush move away from being good. He's quick off the ball. He's just got to learn how when he beats the freaking tackle, how to make the tackle not catch back up. Just needs that one little move. Dip the shoulder. Even if that's all you do the Debo shoulder dip. I don't care. Get something, kid, because you're so close to being good. So close.
And not to mention what we were talking about before with the Steelers only allowing 24 points with that defense on the field. I feel fairly confident that when TJ is in there, when Cameron Hayward is in there, and the pass rush is on Baker, that's when he typically gets exposed the most, at least from what I've seen in Steelers games past. He looks good when he has a clean pocket. You give him a nice lot of room to throw. It's always his decision making that I've questioned, and made comments before about rolling right and throwing left across the middle and things like that. And those have come to fruition in the past, and I hope to see those again this Sunday here.
It's the first time we played him full strength to full strength. You called out that thing, and that's exactly what we did. And that's what it comes down to again this week, right? It's Steelers gotta not make mistakes and make Baker Mayfield win the game for the Browns. But before we get into that, there were 3 games, one that's currently going on right now with Tampa Bay in the lead over Washington. But so Buffalo won their game, and Indianapolis, I told you exactly what would happen when you signed Phillip Rivers. I told you exactly how this season would end for you. The dude just doesn't have it. The dude just always comes up short. The dude is always a loser. Hell, the NFL gives him a second chance after his receiver loses the game. Gets up, fumbles the ball. The NFL's like, he was down by contact though. Nobody touched him. The magic god of football said he was down by contact. You get another chance, Phillip. And what does Phillip do? Airmail. Phillip, they gave you a second chance to prove you belong in the conversation of a Hall of Fame, legit Hall of Famer. To me, you're still a borderline Hall of Famer because to me, you're still a loser. Sure, you have pretty stats, but dude, what does he make? One championship game? Hold on. One championship game in a 17-year career, and I'm supposed to believe this dude's better than Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning? Because people tell me Eli Manning's no surefire Hall of Famer, but you're telling me Phillip Rivers is a surefire Hall of Famer because the dude's a loser? Because the dude throws a lot of stats? Because the dude's always trailing in the fourth quarter so he gets to play against prevent defense and his numbers look pretty? Like, don't give me that. Phillip Rivers is a loser. He's what, 5-7 in the playoffs? He's only made this playoffs under 50% of the time as a player. I don't know if he's ever even made a championship game. I think he's made one. And get this, everyone likes to say, but he didn't play with great teams. He didn't play with that. He at one time played with LaDainian Tomlinson, who was by far the best player in football during the time, and Antonio Gates, who might be the tight end who transformed the way tight ends are done, depending on if you like to give it to him or if you like to give it to Tony Gonzalez. I don't care which one you say is the reason, but those two guys are the reason. But you're out here, and people are out here trying to convince me Phillip Rivers is a sure ballot Hall of Famer, and he'd be so great if he was just on a different team in the early part of his career. No, he wouldn't. He would come up short, because that's all Phillip Rivers knows how to do, except in the bedroom, because that dude has a billion kids, and props to you on that, bro. But come on now.
I thought it was a good game. Yeah, do you feel better now, Donkey? After getting that out?
Yes, because I want to meet Colin Cowherd one-on-one, and I want to have this conversation in person, because his little ass will get put through the frickin' meat grinder if he wants to come talk to me how Phillip Rivers is better than Ben Roethlisberger, and if Phillip Rivers was on the Steelers, they would have been so much better. Yeah, come here, Colin, I'm waiting, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for that argument today.
Has it ever?
Was a game that came
is there
down to the
one
last
time in Phillip Rivers' career where it has looked good?
I think his rookie season he played the Steelers and won. And when they were the artist formerly known as San Diego. We need a stats guy for that, Donkey.
Yeah, my laptop's running something else, and Phillip could just get out of here. Like that, dude.
I thought it was an entertaining game overall.
The proverbial loser came up short again.
When we're talking about proverbial winners, though, Buffalo Bills were 6-0 to end the regular season. Josh Allen looked stellar, and he continued to look stellar again today.
Stephon Diggs,
he almost lost one at the end. He almost had a nightmare happen at the end. How about that lineman, Williams?
Oh my God, what a
Williams,
bounce. What
hero.
A bounce.
What a hero in Buffalo that fella is.
Yeah.
Wow, that could have been a nightmare story there.
For sure. Definitely have to say trade of the year, getting
Diggs.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs by far was the best trade. Like, how'd you acquire the best receiver in football? Like, Minnesota, are you just trying to not win football games? Is that why you traded Stephon Diggs? Like, I'm confused. You're like, we're going to pay Kirk Cousins, and then we're going to trade Stephon Diggs. Like, what? Why? Why are you trying to build your franchise around the second coming of Phillip Rivers? Like, seriously. What makes you think that's a good idea? He's going to be another guy who at the end of his career has these amazing stats, but at the end of the day, he didn't win a football game, bro. And I'm so happy for you, Buffalo, because you deserved to win a game last year and you got unlucky, and your team is... that's a scary team. Like, when they're on, but they are, just like every other team in the playoffs, they are beatable.
And based on the seeding right now, if the Steelers do end up pulling out a victory tomorrow, 8 o'clock prime time, wild card round, they will be going to Buffalo.
Yes.
That is
yes,
correct.
They will. And we already lost there once, but I have a feeling we're going to be a different team this time around. I hope we're going to be a different team this time around. And I feel like, I don't like the fact that Juju said it, but, dude, the Browns are the Browns.
The Browns are the Browns.
And let's be honest, they haven't really beat a very good football team this year that was actually playing them serious, unless you want to consider the Colts, right? They beat the Colts, but come on. Let's get to my view on that team. Oh, wait, we just did.
Taken out of context, the Juju comment was not necessary in bulletin board material. However, in the context of the interview, it's not as rough as it quite sounds like.
You have to know what you're saying, and you have to know how it's taken when you're the face of a franchise. I mean, we didn't give Antonio Brown any passes when he said stupid stuff, and he was twice the player Juju is currently. Let's not give Juju the breaks we didn't give Antonio, just because people tend to like TikTok star Juju Smith-Schuster a little more than the unlikable Antonio Brown.
But he's so much nicer, don't he?
Yeah, but we loved Antonio Brown his first 4 years, too. Don't forget that. Don't let the last 4 years make you forget. Oh, we were so happy that we kept Antonio Brown instead of Mike Wallace, because Antonio Brown was the better team player. Antonio Brown cared about winning more. I mean...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't forget. Still the best wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers of the decade. I'm Megatron.
Yeah, dude, he's a guy who had, if he didn't screw himself up and was willing to play like the way he's playing tonight for Tampa, if he was willing to play that way for 5-6 more years, you're talking a guy who could have contested with Jerry Rice's statistics at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the guy we're talking about in Antonio Brown, but... You know, he did some stupid stuff. He did some stupid things. He ended up where he is, and somehow he got Tom Brady to get an absolute man crush on him. Like, all right, that's a thing that happened. That's why he's still playing currently. It is what it is, but that team's out there. They're winning. So getting into those games, I mean, so should I talk about what my heart says the Super Bowl is going to be? Growing up a kid who loved Mike Allstott. First jersey was like Warwick Dunn. So I have this love for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
Ew.
I always have.
Ew.
I have a love for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think this would be the most fitting thing ever. So we know TB12 has this little curse with Eli Manning, right? So my dream Super Bowl is we get to play the Buccaneers. But hear me out. So Tom Brady's curse isn't just Eli Manning. Tom Brady's curse is Super Bowl games against the 2004 draft class, right? Against that whole draft class. And Ben brings home a new one, right?
You wish. We'll see about all that.
I'm just saying,
we'll
why
see
not?
About all that.
Why not?
I want to talk about the other playoff game that happened this afternoon.
Oh, do you mean
some Rams Seattle, some LA Rams football?
That defense
coming out there and taking one on the road.
That defense is the best defense in the league when you let them play downhill with Jalen Ramsey, Williams out there, that whole defensive front. When they're allowed to just be ball hawk aggressive, there's not a team better playing defense out in the league. You get them on their back foot,
Aaron Donald.
You have a chance. Aaron Donald. First off, P-I-T-T, 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 let's go Pitt. Pitt boys balling out today. Aaron Donald just lives in the backfield through double teams. That guy is... I haven't seen very many like forces of nature. I haven't been around the 70 years. I can't tell you about the Jack Lamberts, the Mean Joe Greens, right? In my 30 years of watching football, though, there has never been a person more influential to a football game than Aaron Donald. I mean, that dude gets double-teamed on every frickin' play. And
I mean, you have to start talking about him up there,
Wow.
you know, with the perennial performances he has with the ultimate D lineman. And there is one you have seen in your lifetime, though, Donkey. Might have been a little bit young.
Reggie White?
Reggie White.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about Reggie White other than when he was old, he still made offensive tackles look like turnstiles. Like, I got vague memories of that.
Doesn't that look like what Aaron Donald was doing to those guys today on
different
the Seattle
skill sets.
offensive line?
Reggie White had that shoulder dip where he got past people. Aaron Donald just straight up pushes two people to the backfield. Different skill sets, both amazing. And I'm not going to say either one's better than the other because both of those dudes just changed football games. And my God, he's done it now on what? Is this 4, 5, 6 straight seasons that Aaron Donald is just the biggest force you can fight?
They came out and did what they had to do. The quarterback that they started went out early, ended up going to the hospital.
Walker
we hope
got
that he's okay.
A little bit of a whack, didn't he?
Yeah,
he got
a little bit to his head there.
He was looking pretty good. And I mean, I understand he was a runner and out of the pocket, but isn't that the type of hit that the NFL's been trying to take away? What Jamal Adams did there. Like, even if you take away, well, he hit him shoulder to the helmet, that's fine. But watch that play. Jamal Adams lowers the crown of his helmet trying to initiate contact with the crown of his helmet. Just because he missed doesn't mean that's not the exact play the NFL has been trying to take out of football for a long time now. Like 4 or 5 years. I guess that's not that long. For me, that's a long time. For any older generation that happens to be joining us, I'm sorry that I referred to that as a long time because I understand it certainly is not.
It's a new era in the NFL, and that's been coming since the Peyton Manning days, the day of the pass. But, you know, back to the game in terms of Seattle played a really right game for them, too, unfortunately. They did not put their best foot forward today, I don't believe.
They did not, but I hate to say this to Seattle people. I've seen it because I've lived it the past decade. You're on a team that decided that was going to make a very, very talented complementary piece quarterback in Russell Wilson the focal point of an offense. We did it with Ben Roethlisberger, and the Steelers lived in good regular seasons, not showing up in the postseasons for 10 straight years. Would you disagree?
I don't disagree.
That's what Seattle is doing right now. No offense to Russell, because he is great. He is amazing. He does great things when he gets to be the complimentary guy. But when he's the focal point, dude, he just doesn't quite have exactly what you want. And it's nothing against him. And I think he's a great quarterback, and I think he's going to turn out to be a Hall of Famer probably. But he's just got that Ben vibe to me where, bro, he just
didn't put their best foot forward. I'm not going to make any dramatic conclusions, but that is a disappointing way for them to end their season. But kudos. Most entertaining thing that I saw in that game. Most entertaining thing that I saw was the matchup between Metcalf and Ramsey. He seemed to be just sort of singling him out, and you know they went toe to toe with each other. You know, for as young as Metcalf is, he is picking himself with the best there.
He is.
He's using that big body.
He had a big drop.
Had a couple good catches.
Had a big drop. Had a couple good catches. Yeah. Had a big drop.
Still young, but at the same time, that was an entertaining matchup.
It was. That's something you're gonna see for a long time too, since they're in the division together. I mean, that's a fun game. Oh, how about the games? Well, the Tampa Bay game going on right now, it looks like the Bucs are going to beat Washington. Sucks for Washington that Alex Smith is going to miss again because that team's just different when he quarterbacks. 5-1 when Alex Smith is able to start. Not able to go today because, man, that dude can't catch a break. As soon as he recovers from his big leg injury, he goes ahead and, I got us to level 1 rewards on a radiation rumble. I've never done that before, but at least someone in here is trying to go get the ore. That's me. It just sucks for them that he wasn't able to play, but Taylor Heineke, I don't know. That kid came and balled out, man. He showed up, he was playing, and it was good to see him go out there and give Washington a chance in this. It was sad that, man, that Tampa Bay offensive line is really good at blocking. That Washington front four is good, and that Tampa Bay line just did not let them move. Like, my God, that was great.
Yeah, Brady's got good protection.
That line is gonna. Whew. I mean, I told my wife this in the offseason. I'm like, Giselle's not going to let Brady go to some shitty spot. So if he wants to leave New England and wants to go to a winner, he has to go to Tampa Bay. And he did. And looks like a good decision on his part thus far. I mean, let's see what happens there. But I really love to see the Bucks Steelers Super Bowl. But I mean, how about the games tomorrow? What are you looking for?
Oh, the 1 o'clock game, Titans-Ravens. Going to be really entertaining.
The true league MVP, although he won't win it, will be showing up. King Henry! My God, how does a running back who is single-handedly the focal point of an offense go for 2,000 yards and not even get discussed in the MVP chart? Like, come on, man!
Yeah, 2,000 yards, that's quite an impressive feat these days.
Yeah, that dude is single-handedly the biggest game changer I've ever seen. In his running back position, I mean, and by the way, what is it with Tennessee running backs running for 2,000 yards? Because wasn't the last one CJ2K?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm pretty sure the last 2,000 yard, or one of the most recent ones, was CJ2K. Like, how does this team find those people?
It's a good question, Donkey. You're right. Either that or I don't know when AP had his last 2,000-yard season.
Like, that's just nuts to me. What you looking for in that game? Who you thinking?
Oh boy, I mean both teams have the potential to put a lot of points on the board. I'm not a huge Lamar Jackson fan. Don't really necessarily trust in that skill set, especially if they start to try to make him one-dimensional and close him up and force you to throw to win the game. I just don't know if he's that guy yet. I'm not saying that he can't be.
No, I totally
But
agree.
if that's the position you put him in, and if Tannehill's on, you see what happens when Tannehill's on. 400 yards, 4 touchies.
Highest scoring offense in the
A.J.
league.
Brown just pulling the top off of people, blowing the top off of defenses big time.
He definitely is, and that's I believe, I don't know if they finished that way, but I know going into Week 17, that was the highest scoring offense in the league. Like, people tend to forget that, but that team put up points. That team has an offense. That team has a defense that sometimes shows up, sometimes doesn't. I mean, if they make Baltimore one-dimensional, Baltimore better watch out. I know a lot of people are in love with Baltimore because they're in love with what Lamar Jackson can do, but
Blah, blah, blah.
I've seen the Steelers absolutely make them look terrible by making Lamar try to beat you. I mean, that's honestly the two other quarterbacks from the AFC North who are in the playoffs right now. There are, when it comes to passing the ball, the weak points in their team. They're the points. They're the backbone. They're the ones that win or lose games. And based off past performances to this point, it's been more losing than winning.
Yeah.
Any good events?
Tomorrow's game. I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I don't know about the NFC Donkey. I don't know about that. What is that? The Bears, Saints tomorrow.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Really?
hate to say I feel New Orleans by a landslide, but bro, Mitch Trubisky, seriously. I'm glad you were able to back your way into the playoffs, Chicago, because Arizona just absolutely forgot to show up the last 3 weeks, but you really want me to believe in Mitchell Trubisky? Like,
I'm
seriously?
not. I'm not going to. So I don't have much to say about that. I want to talk a little bit about what we might be getting into tomorrow.
It's the same breakdown. We did this breakdown, what was it, whatever the first week was, and you set it out perfectly. Ben takes care of the football, we hit a big 1 or 2 big plays, and we make Baker Mayfield have to beat us. Because, as you said, Baker's going to make those decisions, he's going to make those late throwouts, and Minka Magic's going to get the ball. I don't know if those are the exact words you used, but let's just paraphrase exactly what you said, exactly what happened, and what's the final score, like 39-6?
Yeah, I'm looking for a score of what did I say? I was talking to someone about this earlier. I'm looking for a 10-point win, 28-17.
35-14. I'm sorry. A lot of people are trying to convince me Cleveland wants this. Have you seen the commercials? Have you seen the city? They are so behind this team. And I'm just here like, aren't they always? Aren't they always starting the season against the Steelers and telling me how it's going to be different this year? Aren't they always out there? We're going to give it to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh sucks. Steelers suck. Dude, we have more Super Bowl trophies than you get wins most seasons. Like, sit down, know your place, and enjoy the shit salad you're about to get fed when TJ Watt is just strip sacking you all night long. Hey, Baker.
Putting pressure.
Baker, I hope you told all the security guards that you're coming home late crying and that your wife needs to meet you at the gate of the stadium of the house you're going to protect, because you ain't in your house, boy. You in the land of the steel curtain, and it's coming down right on your goddamn toes. So step the fuck back, know your place, and get ready for an ass whooping, bro, because it's coming.
Wave them if you got them, baby. Amen. Praise it.
I mean, if I have to hear one more damn thing about how Cleveland needs this, Cleveland deserves this, they've been waiting so long, Gingy. I hear one more damn person tell me this, I'm going to go into everything I hate about Cleveland. I had been nice to them this year. I had been happy for their success. But then they get a little hint of success because they have a last place schedule, play literally the worst division in football in the NFC least. Take what? Second place? No, third place. Take third place in... No, wait, is it? Yeah, third place in there. No, second place. Baltimore took third place. Either way, they both... don't finish at the top of your division, and you should have took third place because you lost to both Pittsburgh and Baltimore. The only time you beat Pittsburgh is because we had in our backups. So don't act like you're that good. And you're out here acting like you're Super Bowl champs. Your coaching staff's partying so much, licking each other's jocks so much that they all catch COVID. Bro, you want to know the difference between winners and losers? Winners act like they've been there, while losers celebrate just making it. You know what's going to happen? We're going to show them what's what, or else some Brownie fans might show up and talk some smack. In which case, I welcome it, because if you guys manage to win this game, bring it on. I'm willing to take it. I'll give it to you. I'm willing to take it. But as soon as you lose your next playoff game, you best believe the talk about who the better team is going to come out. And trust me, one win in one season ain't going to help your argument.
I'm excited to get some extra help back tomorrow. What an awesome time for some of these folks coming back from injury, coming off IR. Really happy to see Spillane back in there.
Baby.
Wish him luck. Oh, yeah. Really think that's all going to make a difference. That defense is going to be a completely different defense than what they faced last week.
Mm-hmm. They're going
100% turnaround.
They're going to bring it.
And that's where, and if that's what we're talking about, that's where the strength lies. And if I'm going to put the game in one of those units' hand, I would much rather it be in the defense's hand than the offense's.
Gingy, I feel like you're letting all these brownies off really easy. I don't like this wait to see the result to talk stuff. No, that's not how trash talking works. That's not how it works.
Here's my reservation in trash talking. I have seen one stellar half of playoff winning football in 5 weeks.
Hey,
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. All right, nervous would be the wrong word. I'm hesitant to gloat at this point. Juju Smith-Schuster said the Browns are the Browns, and these things, they can be said after there's a W posted on Sunday night, and I'm sure that there will be some of these things said. However, we are coming off a loss to this team, and we need to respect that.
Olivier Vernon's not playing this week, right?
No, I don't believe he is.
All right. The dude who caught a couple big balls, Kadero Hodges, isn't playing this week. Oh, here's a big fun one. So, their left all-pro guard, Joel Bitonio, who would have been facing Cam Hayward this week. Guess who Cam Hayward gets to go up against? And I'm going to give you a hint. It ain't no all-pro.
Oh, my.
Cam Hayward is gonna be living in Baker Mayfield's back pocket. You remember how bad Alex Highsmith was making those tackles look?
Mm-hmm.
You know who's coming off the edge this weekend?
Tell me.
Oh, I don't know. I think he leads the NFL in some category. I can't quite put my finger on it. I believe he was a first-team All-Pro too. Damn it! He has a brother.
For loss.
He has a brother who won Defensive Player of the Year. Oh shit! What's that?
Going
name?
to be winning Defensive Player of the Year.
What's that name?
Watt, baby.
Oh,
TJ
Watt.
Go.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I forgot. He did he play last week?
Nope. Nagy.
Oh, okay.
Sat and chilled.
So the Brownies are gonna have to actually play a front seven with some players on it.
With some legs, fresh legs.
Oh, okay. I mean, please remind me, who from the Brownies missed last week, just sitting out because they could?
They played their little hearts out.
Oh, okay. And they barely beat Mason Rudolph, and honestly, if the refs throw the flags the way they should, they might not? Oh.
Can't believe you didn't let me get to that terrible 2-point conversion call. I'm sorry.
Dude, how the heck does a dude just get a hug?
Just bring him down. It's like I was playing NFL Blitz, and the other team's receiver lit up, and I just decided to smack it as soon as that receiver lit up. Well, like, I think the ball's going here. Whack! Freaking hang on him. Crush him.
You hit him so hard the head starts rolling down the field.
It's terrible. I was screaming.
Man. It's not only that, but then our defense gets on the field, and I think it was it was Jerome Elliott breaks off the left edge and just gets flung tackled by the right tackle, and they don't call the hold. So the Browns get 8 yards on that first down run because Elliott just gets absolutely held from behind, and the refs are just like, well, we were told to make sure Cleveland made the playoffs. We sure as fuck ain't throwing a flag right now. We need storylines.
Yeah,
dude,
I don't know about any of that.
I mean, I'm sorry. I've heard both Pittsburgh people and Cleveland people in the past week try to convince me why I should be worried about this game, dude. And all I have to do is laugh, because I'm like, first off, Gingy, I still got this feeling, dude. I still got this feeling. 2 quarters of hope might not have been enough for you, but 2 quarters of a hope, and based off the bad play of every other team we've seen since then, just gave me this feeling, dude. And here's a fun thing for you. And I want to end my talk on this point. Ben Roethlisberger, for all the shit I gave him in 2004 season, after the season, he went to a certain person and said, don't you dare fucking quit because I got you. You remember what the hell happened?
What happened, don't he?
Oh, I think the bus got rode to the Super Bowl. I think the bus ran over motherfuckers in the Super Bowl. All right.
I do too.
Ben Roethlisberger went to Pouncey, one of his good friends. Ben Roethlisberger essentially said, we're not done. You come back. There are people who deserve this. Does that not make you think of something Ben Roethlisberger's done in the past? Does that not make you feel like Ben? By the way, when Ben felt that season was on the line and Ben went fucking rogue, and I've given Ben shit this year, but Ben goes rogue in the second half of a game, and boy, the scoreboard lights up. This certainly gave me this vibe that I haven't gotten in a long time from Ben Roethlisberger, that I haven't gotten in a long time from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I felt like Ben felt it. I felt like Ben realized what he told someone, and I felt like Ben was ready to show. You know why I don't have any reservations? You want to know why I'm not off the rocker? The dude who's put Ben Roethlisberger through the ringer harder than anybody I feel this year, except for maybe Colin Cowherd, but come on. Legitimate Steeler haters are going to be harder on Ben than me. There's no doubt about it, because I'm not a Steeler hater. I'm a Steeler fan. I got chills. I saw what I needed to see. I got the feeling I needed to feel. And I still got this feeling that Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl, Gingy. I still got this feeling
Beautiful.
that Ben Roethlisberger made this promise, brought these people back for a reason.
Beautiful.
And what better time to show
That's a
out
beautiful thing.
than right now? And
Right.
what better team to show out against than the Browns? And honestly, Cleveland, I was hoping for
Basement
you.
Browns.
But Jesus Christ, y'all don't know how to shut your mouth. I hope it's so hard. That's why I said 35-14. I hope it's embarrassing. I hope Mason Rudolph plays the goddamn second half. And not because of any other reason. Then why the hell would we play Ben when we're blowing them out?
That sounds like a
We need to
great-
get that fast start. Haven't had a fast start? Need to get it. Ben, you made people come back. You made people believe. You made me believe. Now do it.
Amen, donkey. That was a wonderful story.
Any closing thoughts?
I'm looking
Gingy?
forward to it. Closing thoughts for me? It's playoff time, baby. Get your towels, get your beverages, get your snacks, put your Steelers socks on, make sure you got the jersey on, and
Hey.
let's go.
I got the kids chanting, Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. They don't really know what the hell they're talking about, but they're having a good time. Every Steeler fan should be having a good time. Let's live it up. Hit us up on the socials anytime you want. We're here for your comments. Hit me up at the Viking_donkey on Twitch if you want to watch it live. Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger on YouTube. Leave us some comments. You can hit Gingy up. Let's see if Gingy has a shout out. My shout out was for Ben. You heard it. So, Gingy, you got the shout outs?
This week, due to the current circumstances of our times, attendance will be limited at Heinz Field. We got to give a shout out to Steeler Nation. Let's get loud at your house. Let's get out there. Let's root for them Steelers. Really unfortunate that we don't get the true home field advantage of winning the division. But, I still think that we got some of the best fans in the NFL, and we got to show out.
True.
Shout out to them. Wave them if you got them, Steeler Nation.
Here we go.
Here we go.